That's right, guys. You got me center frame again this week. Poor Sarah. She's got to work in Corona. Hi. She's got to work in Corona, so sometimes she can't make it because she's so far away. And there's many, many cars between her and where I'm at. So I'm here. And then, hi. Sarah is like 1,000 billion cars away in Corona. So sometimes I love you. Thank you very much for loving our videos. That's fantastic. Um, so because there's too many cars in California, I have to host by myself today. That's what I'm getting at. What I just missed there. Hey Liz, hi. Liz, yeah, where you been? You were gone for a while, and now you're saying you're here for our Seguridad in like 85 videos a day now. Yes, I do see every single comment, by the way. I do see every single comment. I can't reply to them all, but I do see them. We got somebody at the airport. I'm solo again today, yeah, yeah. Did I buy Coco? No, I did not. I'm actually, let's talk about that for a minute because steelbooks are my kryptonite. They're a weakness of mine, and I've had to stop buying them because I just want to buy them all. I just want to buy them all. I love steelbooks, so I decided, well, I can't buy them all, so I'm not going to buy any. Right, Lady the Tramp, Coco. The one that I did get a pre-order for Last Jedi. I did pre-order that one. I put my $30 in for that. But there's just so many. There's too many cool. I went to the store, Best Buy. I'm like, oh, I want that one, and I want that one. That one looks cool. Greetings, Dan. Uh, but they're so $30, man. I can't, man. Anyway, so what are we talking about today? We're gonna just what's in the news. Disney's making the news again. They make the news a lot because they're Disney. But I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. You can kind of talk to me about it a little bit. But we're gonna be talking about obviously Disneyland Paris, the $2.5 billion expansion plan for Disneyland Paris. We're gonna talk about food and wine that's coming up this coming week. We're gonna be talking about, if you want, we could talk about Tiki Room or Aladdin's Oasis or Hideaway, Tropical Hideaway. Yeah, I am rocking a Lannister shirt. I'm a big fan of Tyrion, so he knows things, and I appreciate that. So that's what we're talking about today. You guys can, if you want to suggest any sort of topical things. I don't want to, let's keep it in the news if we can. Evan Layton. What's up, Evan? Evan Layton has gifted us with $10. Thank you very much, Evan. Evan says, the lady riding the... All right. The lady riding the fish that's on the window at the Golden Horseshoe is Slewfoot Sue? Okay, from Pecos Bill. Isn't it? I don't know. Is it? I didn't know that. Sorry, that's been bugging me since yesterday's video. What's bugging me is why is she riding a fish, Evan? Okay, so if you want to say that she's Slewfoot Sue, say that 10 times fast. Go ahead. But why is she riding a fish? Raymond Melgoza, who gifted us $1. Answer me that. Why is she riding a fish? She has a tall tail? I gotta know it. That's it. We're going to do a secrets and history of that lady riding a fish at the Golden Horseshoe. Watch the Pecos Bill Disney cartoons. Okay, I'll check it out. There's also the Wreck-It Ralph trailer. Sarah, if you're asking, is stuck in traffic, so she couldn't make it. She had to come. She's commuting on these Thursdays now from Corona, where she's helping out somebody babysit, I guess, or something like that. So anyway. We'll start with Disneyland Paris because Disney gave them a bunch of money and said, "Here, build some stuff." And Disneyland Paris said, "Okay," which is cool. But I'm jelly. I'm so jelly. You guys, I don't know if you saw the video that we put up on Fresh Baked Presents today. I did a 20-minute, really serious breakdown of where everything's going to be. And what used to be there, In some cases, it's dirt. In other cases, it's actual attractions like the Marvel Land. Little Mandar has gifted us $1. Thank you very much, Little Mandar. Yeah, those are becoming some of my favorite things to do. Is I just love to analyze stuff and and just just pontificate. But anyway, we did a really cool video on that today over at Fresh Bake Presents. Be sure to check that out because I know it's not on the proper Fresh Bake channel because there's just too many videos there. I do 2 a day almost, and I can't put the new stuff up there anymore. Steve2277 has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much, Steve. He says, at the beginning of your videos, the tune sounds familiar. It's driving me crazy. Where is it from? It's from Fresh Baked. Which one? The little 10-second bit? I think the song is actually in the description. Check the description, I think. Jason Eatman has gifted us with $20. Thank you very much, Jason. He says, to help with your pressed penny crawl adventure. Jason, thank you very much for that. They're only 51 cents, though. So we could buy a lot of pressed pennies. But I got to find a way to talk Sarah into getting the book. I was ready to buy her that book. She didn't want to go for it. I felt like that would be cool. Slide the pennies in there and you got a little thing. Excuse me. Emily Valdez has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much, Emily. Well, $4.99. It's on sale. Is Fresh Bake going to do the Easter egg hunt? Also, I will be getting all the sliders at Food and Wine. Yes, we will be doing the Easter egg hunt. Yes, we will be also eating all the sliders. I love sliders. I walked by the kiosks last weekend on Saturday. They had the kiosks out, but they didn't have the menus up. And I was just judging books by their covers, which is, what we do sometimes. We judge books by their covers, and I was not exactly thrilled with some of the covers that were on those kiosks. But I've seen a little bit of the menu. I'm excited. I'm excited to try some new foods. There's some stuff. I saw Frushi. They're going to sell Frushi. At the Food and Wine Festival, they're going to sell stuff that looks like sushi, but it's actually fruit. Is that a thing? Is that a new thing? Or did Food and Wine just make that up? Or are they, Disney's never been first on anything. So I got to imagine somebody's doing that somewhere else. But I'm going to try it. I'm trying some Frushi. Michelle Van Tongeren, thank you very much. This gift was $5. She says, are you going to Dapper Day in April? Yes. Yes. Well, there's nothing wrong with frou-frou food, Nicole. Sometimes frou-frou, you can't eat Wendy's every day. See? Lisa Ray has confirmed they have Frushi at Epcot. Okay. Brandon Burns has gifted us $1. Thank you very much, Brandon. You guys are also very generous. I love how nice you guys are. I can't believe it. Okay, let's get back to Disneyland Paris because I'm jelly. I'm jelly most of all because they're getting Arendelle. I want to walk around, and you know what? Okay, let me first say that I really, really want to walk around in Arendelle, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you were tired of Frozen and Elsa and Anna and whether or not Elsa's gay or whatever, because that's going around in the news again today. I want to walk around in Arendelle. Arendelle looks like a beautiful place. I've wanted to walk around in Arendelle ever since they put Arendelle in. What is this home? I've wanted to walk around Arendelle ever since they put Arendelle in Storybook Land at Disneyland, with the Storybook Land canal boats. Good evening, baby. Hi. So that looks cool. Even that little mini land at Storybook Land looks awesome. The real big Mondo has gifted us with $5. He's just saying, what's up? Hey, Mondo, what's up? There you go. Now I want to walk around in this land like for real. That sounds amazing. Now, having said that, what was my point there? I was going to make a second point about Arendelle, I think. And now I forgot it already. Damn it! Guys, refresh my memory. We got another gift from Evan Layton. $20. Thanks, Evan. On the Paris concept art, it kind of looked like there was undeveloped area to the left of Star Wars Land. There's undeveloped area all over the place. I wonder if they're planning to allow for expansion later. And I want to walk around Arendelle. See, I agree. Okay, there is even right next to Tower of Terror, there's that strip that's just, it used to have a thing. They took a piece of property or a piece of land that had something on it, took it out, and put trees back in there, which is just, what? But you know what? I think it's deservedly so, because what used to be there was that stupid backlot stuff, or part of it, and backlot stuff is the worst in the world, and I would prefer trees and grass over backlot. There, I've said that. Okay, so I want to go to Frozen. Oh boy, I keep thinking. I keep forgetting what the heck that thing is that I want to talk about. Let's just pause this show for a minute while I get my act together. You know what, Backlot, Evan, dude, Backlot is the worst. Where have you ever seen Backlot work? The only Backlot that ever worked was the actual studio tour at Universal when they went to actual sets. That's why it works, because it's the only way it works is if it's real. It has to be real. And that what I mean real is I mean real sets. I want to know that I'm on the set, on the stage where they filmed the clock tower from Back to the Future. Like, that's the only way that it works. No, I'll keep going. You know what I mean? Like, to make a fake backlot is the dumbest idea. It's the dumbest idea ever. A fake backlot? Like, because the backlots are already fake. The buildings are fake. And you want to fake the fake. It don't make any sense to me. It don't make any sense. And that's why I can't stand the backlot so much at Disneyland. You know, you walk by the theater, the Hyperion, and there's that fake, oh my God, that fake front, the fake, it's the worst. Okay, we've got a gift. Matthew Miranda has gifted us with $2. Thank you very much, Matthew. He says, I knew Liz wasn't home. I couldn't hear the washer. Did you hear that, babe? Uh-huh. She is putting groceries away, though. Do you want to come say hi?
No, I gotta do stuff, sorry.
She's rejected you, Fresh Bake. Sarah couldn't make it because she got stuck in traffic. She's too far away. She's she would not even been here even still. She'd still not be here. No, tonight no brew. It's very cold. This is coffee, so there. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so they're giving Disneyland Paris a whole bunch of money, $2.5 billion, to build Frozen Land, Star Wars Land, and Marvel Land. Now, before you get too excited about Marvel Land and how it could be a precursor to what we might see eventually someday in the far off future, in a 1,000 years from now at Disneyland, I already don't kind of not like what they're doing with the Marvel Land. I mean, I get why they're doing it, but I don't like it anyway. I don't like reskinning attractions. I know you have to do it in some cases, but are you really saving that much? I guess you are. I guess you would save some, but or do they just not have any ideas? Or I don't know. But I'm not a big fan of reskinning current buildings, because then you have to you stifle their creativity a little bit. I mean, right? I mean, that seems like an obvious thing. If you tell me you have to put an attraction in that building that fits just that building, then what if you wanted to do something else? Like, what if they had a bigger plan for Frozen Ever After at Epcot, you know? Like, what if? What if they had a really cool idea, but they couldn't do it because they had to make it fit in the boat ride that was already there? The, guys, help me out. What's the name of that boat ride? At Epcot. Come on. I know I can count on you. Maelstrom, thank you very much. Like, I mean, it looks cool. Maelstrom, I mean, I should say Frozen After looks cool, but what are we not getting? What are we not getting because it had to fit inside the Maelstrom? And not just in the building, but they literally just the same boat route. They just reset the scenes. So, I don't know, I feel like we are not getting everything that we deserve or everything that is possible. And that is especially the case with something like Marvel Land, which, I don't know, man. Like, God, I sure hope it isn't just a bunch of simulators. Well, yes, it is still better than Maelstrom, no doubt about it. And there are people who think fondly of Maelstrom, but those people didn't go on the actual attraction because nobody was going on that attraction. See, Sydney, how many times have you been on Maelstrom, Sydney? No, look at the crowds for Frozen, and then compare that to the crowds that were there for Maelstrom. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? That reminds me. The other thing I want to talk about with regard to Frozen is that people are like, oh God, I can let it go. IP. Marvel, Star Wars, Frozen. All right. And then plus we're getting more Toy Story, by the way, with this expansion. We're getting more Toy Story. But yeah, so it's IP, yeah. But here's the thing. Go to what do you call it? Well, let me rephrase that. Look at what they've had at Walt Disney Studios. What is it? 20 years now? They've had Walt. How long have they had Walt Disney Studios? That part of it. Was that 20 years they built at the same time? Fresh Baked, help me out. But in the meantime, if it's been 20 years, 1989, so yeah, that's 20 years. Then okay, it took them 20 years. It took them 20 years to undo whatever they did at the backlot side of it. It's taken them 20 years. Wait, what did he say? No, has it been 28? Oh yeah, you're right. Anyway, Matt, you can't just do it and then say, oh, you know what? It's not as good as we thought it was going to be, or as popular as we thought it would be. So we're just going to do something else. You can't just reskin it. You can't. Well, you can. It's going to look terrible, but you have to get this right. You got to get it right. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $1 billion and 20 years. DCA, Buena Vista Street. It cost them $1 billion to fix that. So let's get cookies. I don't know. Did you get cookies, hon?
No, why?
Oh, they're asking if you got cookies. Well, okay. Jim says, so why do it in the first place? What do you want him to do, Jim? Not build it? Do you want him to just not build anything new? So, okay. My question, what I'm saying, I guess, is that the reason why they do this IP thing is because we literally are asking for it. There is no trial and error, Lou. There is no trial and error. Trial and error takes 20 years and $1 billion. Okay, so you've got one shot. Every 20 years, we got one shot. Okay, so if you got executives whose jobs are on the line. These people's jobs are on the line. They're like, you know what? Let's build this thing that nobody's ever heard of. It's a completely unique idea, and it may or may not work. We have no idea. Or we could build Star Wars and Frozen that we know people love. Oh, come on. Like, how hard is that? That's the easiest decision in the world. Now, you want to say, well, that's not how Disneyland was built. Pirates and Haunted Mansion and all that stuff. That's true. But Walt lived in a different world, and Disneyland was built in a different environment 1955 than it was today. It's a whole different atmosphere today. Walt could do literally whatever he wanted. It was his money, it was his idea, and he was a dictator practically when it comes to decision making. I mean, he was a benevolent dictator. He was a nice guy about it or whatever, but it was just his idea. It was him, and that's it. There was nobody else who could say you could or could not do it, right? So Walt built what he wanted, and he could because he was putting up all the risk, and he was taking all those chances, and it was going to be his failure if it didn't work out. They don't have that. They can't fail today. Okay, there is no room for fail. There isn't any. It's too risky. So I totally get why they have to build these lands that are frozen, IP based. I get it. And it's okay with me. As long as you make it look nice and put in all the effort. If you give it all the effort. If you do like Cars Line, where they really tried hard on Cars Line. They really, really tried hard. It's an IP based, fine. And you're limited. You kind of paint yourself in a corner a little bit. But at least do it right and do it good. I would much rather have that than a reskin, which is why I'm a little nervous about the Marvel thing. Because, I mean, it is IP, but they're, just trying to shoehorn attraction into these existing buildings. That's another point. Charles Rams, or no, I'm sorry, Alexa 98 says they have to keep the public happy. And here's the thing: as much as we hear these loud voices say, why can't they do Pirates? Why can't they do Haunted Mansion again? Why does it have to keep being IP? Because we asked for it. Because we asked for it. Somebody comes up to you and say, hey, what kind of attraction would you like to see at Disneyland? I can't think of a single person who wouldn't say something that is IP based. Where's my Tarzan attraction? Where's my, I don't know, My Fair Lady attraction? Mary Poppins. Why did I think My Fair Lady? Where's my Mary Poppins attraction? Where's this? Where's that? Why can't I have one of those? Because that's what we're asking for. We're asking for these things. We're asking for them to build these IP because we can't think of any ideas ourselves. That's how hard it is to run a theme park. Can you think of any ideas? I can't. I know, right? We got a gift from Brandon Shirley for $5. Thank you very much, Brandon. He says, hope to run into you guys Saturday. Oh, and come on, guys, like the video. Okay, so he said so. There's 400 of you here, and only 138 of you have liked the video. So take a minute and like this video, Fresh Baked. I feel like I've been saying 1,000 words. You know what? Okay, so Lou Escobar says, with that being said, look at Bugs Land. We asked for it. We didn't ask for Bugs Land. And right, Bugs Land is a fail. But they were trying to make something for the kids. What are you going to do? And by the way, Bugs Land is still here. No matter how bad it is, Bugs Land is still here. You know what else is still here? Stitch's Great Escape at Tomorrowland. There's an attraction widely regarded as the worst in the world, and they still can't take it down. That's how hard it is. That's how hard it is to undo your mistakes. Right? It takes years, decades. It takes decades to do this stuff. I don't know what that means if I'm a picture. It's not gone. Stitch's Great Escape. The rumors of Stitch's Great Escape's demise are vastly overrated, or whatever that word is. I forget how that quote goes. It's not dead. It's a meet and greet right now, but it's still coming back. I think they're making it's like seasonal or something like that. There was talk that they were going to close it for something else, but that didn't happen. It's still there. So many words. Okay, where are we? Millennium Falcon hallways are being installed. I saw that. There she is. Okay, where was I? A picture? I still don't get it. Evan Layton, the horrible ride that just wouldn't die. Bugs Land is a good shortcut to Mission Breakout. That's so true. That's basically, we do rides in Bugs Land only if we're on our way somewhere else, like to Cars Land or to Mission Breakout, or just trying to get somewhere. Rocket Rods too. That's never going to happen. Okay, where were we? So there's that. There's Disneyland Paris. Now, do you guys have any questions for me on Paris while I'm thinking of things to say? Or do you just want to sit here and stare at each other? What does IP stand for? Intellectual property. It means something that Disney came up with. It's something that they own. It's an idea. It's a piece of property, i.e. Toy Story or Marvel or Star Wars, that they own, and they can synergize something that they own with stuff in the park. I have never been to Disneyland Paris before, no. Paris Park is in disarray? No. Well, Disneyland Paris proper isn't. The other land, the Walt Disney Studios land, is beyond disarray. It's a disaster. Jamie Helmick has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much, Jamie. He says, love you guys, and hi, Liz. She said hi. Where was I? Question: is the money for Paris going to Disneyland or the Hollywood Studios Park, or both? It's all for Walt Disney Studios. They're not doing anything for Disneyland Paris. How many rides will Arendelle have? I have no idea, but I'm guessing one, maybe 1.5. Like one major one, and then maybe a smallish, not even dark ride size, I would bet, because they can't make small rides anymore. I don't even know how they do that. Thoughts on employees strike? You know what? I'm going to stay away from that one. I think I've got opinions, but I don't want to start a fight. So, okay, Evan Layton, $5 again. Thank you very much, Evan. The lake for Arendelle seems a bit small in the concept art. Do you think it would be bigger than it looks? You know, I thought the same thing. It's wide, but it's narrow. And that could just be a concept art thing. Maybe they're trying to fit everything into one, frame size. That could be. But it could be that size. I don't know. I couldn't say, but I did think it looked a little narrow. Muffin patches. Hey, you know what, Jennifer Morgan? Speaking of which, we're closing in. We're closing in on opening up our own shop on the website. That's FreshBakedTV.com, which is back up in case you haven't heard. The website's back up. We're doing blog stuff there, and pretty soon we're gonna have our own shop. It'll be separate from the Redbubble stuff we were doing before. shirts, whatever. I'm going to work on the shirt thing, but we're going to be selling pins and buttons and hopefully hats and then shirts as well. So look for that stuff there in the near future. Keychains, maybe? I don't know. Do people buy keychains? But I want to sell pins. I know I do. I want to do. We got some good art for pins coming up. So we'll try to make that work. Marty asked for hoodies. The thing about I want to do stuff that I can keep inventory of myself because doing the inventory through a third party is just it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. We can't keep that much inventory on hand. And I saw you there, David Reynolds. Fresh Baked WW. Hey, David, send me some art and we'll get you some Fresh Baked WW stuff going too. How about that? I wish we could come up with a swag. That'd be awesome. All right. Ian Wiggs. Hey, that's fun. I like it. All right. So where were we? Disneyland Paris. Did I get off my soapbox on that one? So yeah, I guess to summarize, I'm good with the IP thing. I'm good with the IP thing anywhere. Wherever they want to do it. That is you know what, it's funny because one of the things what was that, something new is coming. Tropical Hideaway. Way to go Disney. I mean, this wasn't as big a stretch as a full-on land or attraction, but way to go for not making it, Moana's Oasis or, something like that, and just calling it Tropical Hideaway, attach it to the Jungle Cruise and the Tiki Room themes, which is great. I like that connecting the stuff in the park. I think that was a beautiful idea, and I'm so grateful that they did take that chance and not IP Tropical Hideaway. And I don't think they're gonna, Well, no, they did have a choice, Lou. They had a choice. Sure, they could have made it Moana's something, for sure. Yeah. So I'm really glad that they did. There's something else that happened recently that wasn't IP based, and I thought that was great too, but I can't think of it. But yeah, so go ahead. It's fine, Disney. I get it. It's a risky job running a theme park, and I don't ever want to be on the wrong side of that argument where these guys are held to such a high standard. There's just so much at stake that I just when I hear people who put themselves out there as Disney enthusiasts and Disney diehards and telling Disney that they suck at designing stuff, you go try it. Okay, you go try it. Diego Parada has gifted us with 99. I guess that's pesos. I guess that's $5. Thank you very much, Diego. Walt was the first to use IP from Sleeping Beauty Castle to Dumbo. If you had the amount of IPs Disney has today, I think you would use them too. You're darn right, Diego. It's not like Walt, wasn't using IPs. All of Fantasyland is IP. Everything is IP at Disneyland except for Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise actually was IP based. In the beginning, Jungle Cruise was to be based on True Life Adventures. So it's not like he was shy about it. Tim Durno has gifted us with $6.99. Thank you very much, Kim. Or Tim. Just wanted to say hi. Going back down mid-April. Hope to bump into you again. Have a great weekend. Tim, I hope to see you there. Seen you a couple times. Raymond Melgoza has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much, Raymond. He'll be in Disney on March 26th to the 31st. My boy's first time. Ooh, that's awesome. Hope to see you, Fresh Baked. The info you guys give is great. Any videos for first timers? You know what? I probably should one of these days, but the problem with that is that my advice isn't the best for first timers. Usually, my advice about going to Disneyland is more about letting the park happen to you and taking the pressure off yourself to hit so many rides and do so many things, because that's really stressful, especially if you have kids and you're trying to maximize your day. But I get it that that's not exactly the best advice for folks who are, like only going once a year or who do really feel the pressure. Yeah. There was no real IP base for Space Mountain either. Dana De La Rosa asked, I thought Jungle Cruise was based on the African Queen. There's that too. There are different phases of evolution for that, but there was there was the African Queen thing. At least that's what I've heard from some sources. And there's definitely is the True Life Adventure thing. At least that's what inspired it. So I know it could go either way, I guess. Okay. Off topic. Do you guys count your steps while at the park? No. Let's see. Yeah, there are a lot of blogs out there and articles that'll help out the first timers. I mean, it's all kind of basic. Get to know Max Pass or get to know Fast Pass system. Take advantage of that kind of thing. Just, I guess just don't be afraid to stop and smell the Disneyland. I guess that's all I'm saying. Okay, where was I? The other, yeah, Space Mountain Black Hole, maybe. I guess the timing was about right. Palace 486 says Space Mountain is Black Hole's ride till the movie flopped and took out the connections to the movie. But they never tried to make it specifically Black Hole. They just said it's Space Mountain. But the timing was about the same in the 70s when they built the attraction. So, I guess you can make that connection. But they never really were overt about it like they would be today. Erica H., what was the most unpleasant experience you've ever had at Disneyland? It's funny you asked that question, Erica, because I do actually have a most pleasant moment or experience. And it happened on the very first day of my current annual pass / fresh bake / Disneyland report journey. I bought an annual pass for the family and gave it to them on Christmas Day. And I took the family to Disneyland after Christmas was over that evening. And it was then I kind of rediscovered how much I love Disneyland. But at the end of the night, it started to rain near the end of the night, and everybody just evacuated. And we all headed to the trams at the same time. And the trams were probably, I don't know, 8 shoulders wide. The line to get into the tram was about 8 shoulders wide, 20 deep, and a couple fights nearly broke out. And it was raining and miserable, and we were all having a terrible time. And that's when I discovered that you could walk to the Mickey and Friends parking structure. So we walked from the trams to the parking structure for the first time ever that night. And that's when and that was the first day of my current annual pass journey. All right, where was I? What month in 2019 do you think Star Wars Land will open? August. How about that? August 2019. Rick Nick, it seems as if Knott's spends more money on their events than Disneyland, like the Boysenberry Festival and Ghost Town Alive. I don't think that's true. But having said that, I'm thinking about taking in the Boysenberry Festival this year because we have the passes, and it seems like a fun thing to do. Matthew Warner wants to know, will you ever talk with an Imagineer? I suppose I would, but I'm not the interviewing type. That's not really my thing. I don't consider us to be that kind of channel or that kind of entertainment. I don't want to do interviews. I know how to have fun. I know how to have fun at Disneyland. That's what I want to do is just go to the park and say, hey, this is how I'm having fun. Maybe you should try it too. Where was I? Lydia. That's Mild Art Attack, in case you guys don't know. She's awesome. She does amazing art for us in the past. What are you most excited for in Galaxy's Edge? Just like I am for Disneyland, in the same way, I'm most excited about just being there, being present in the land, and feeling picking up with whatever it is that they're trying to present to me. I want to soak it in. I want to revel in whatever it is that's happening in that moment. I'm not too crazy. I don't have to have a certain kind of ride or anything like that. I'm not jonesing for Battlescape, although we're going to ride it, obviously. But I just want to walk around and realize and understand in my soul that I'm in Star Wars. Take a break. I'm terrified of the crowds too. Somebody sent me a photo today of when Star Tours first opened. They were on the People Mover, and the photos from the People Mover looking down on the crowds, and it was just all people. You couldn't even see the pavement anywhere you looked in that photo. You couldn't see the pavement. It's scary. But it's for the same reason that I like going to Best Buy on Black Friday and Target on Black Friday. I want to be there. I want to be there and say that I was there and experience it, and so that I can say this is what it was like. Porkins wants to know why the videos are being uploaded at 6 a.m. Well, we have a whole world of people out there that want to watch the videos early instead of late. Sometimes, there's windows of opportunity for people to see stuff before work or whatever, and I want to allow more people to see these things. That extra couple hours allows more people to see the video before, like on the East Coast or whatever, before they go to work or something like that. Okay. Amber Estet, how long do you think it will be before the crowds die down from Star Wars? Never. Never. I don't think so. Hey, by the way, somebody asked me churros or beignets. I'll tell you the answer to that. Yoo-hoo! Tomorrow. 8 a.m. tomorrow is when we're launching or publishing our top 10 treats, Disneyland treats at the park. Yeah, see, lots of people like to start their day with fresh baked. I can't deny people fresh baked breakfast. How can I do that? How can I do that? Okay. We wants the red. Oh, we wants the red. We wants the redheads gifted us with $10. Thank you very much. You are right. Just having fun at Disneyland is enough. The fun you guys have, as to the fun I have when I get to go, and Sarah has helped my character meets, which is good. Thank you for that. Or that's good. I like to hear that. David says, on my live show on Tuesday, the Muffins told me at least 17 million things to do at Disneyland Resort in 2 days. Busy making a to-do list. Good luck with that, David. Because if you're hanging out with us, we're going to ride the winds, man. Gabby Bochenik has gifted us... Did I say... No. Gabby, I'm going to go with Bochenik. I'm sorry. Gabby Bochenik has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much, Gabby. She says, hi, David. My sister and I are huge Fresh Baked fans. Like it. Can you give her a shout-out? She's taking her midterm and missing the live stream. Good luck, Brenna. Brenna! Get good grades at school. That's more important than anything. Good luck. Fresh bacon stuff, Brenna. Okay, where was I? Have the crowds died down in Harry Potter Land? Jesse Polio, do you think Star Wars Land will make the other parks less packed? No. I think it's just going to bring in more people. Well, I should say more people are going to go to the park, but they'll have more room for those more people, which is exactly the point of creating additional land. Doesn't necessarily reduce capacity. It just allows more people in. Olivas Home Movies. It's amazing how you can make consistent videos while working your day job. Thank you, David. Well, business is slow. That helps. I may have more time than ever pretty soon. All right, let's see. I'm doing a lot of question answering today, aren't I? Let's see. What is my day job? I'm not telling. Sorry. All right, so okay, we got what's the other new thing that's happening? Oh, food and wine. Let's talk about food and wine for a minute. I want to get off this Disneyland Paris thing. Cat wrangler. I'm a transponster. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Transponster. There you go. Or transponder. Yeah, that's what I do. I got to make sure the weenus is kept up to date. You got to know friends to know that reference. Food and wine. I love food and wine. It's going to be 6 weeks this year. 6 weeks, if I recall correctly. We're going to start our show this weekend by doing a kiosk crawl. We're going to try to get something at each station and just kind of keep going as long as possible until we can eat all the food. I don't know. There will be some beer and wine consumed, I'm sure, as well as frushi. And you know what? I don't have I should have printed up a list of some of the things that I wanted to try. But yeah, now Has anybody out there been to both the Epcot Food and Wine and the Disneyland Food and Wine? I want to know how it compares, and I'll just stand by. Eh. When will Disneyland fireworks come back? As soon as Main Street is open. Spicy margarita at the Caliente booth. Okay, we'll try that. Does anybody know if they're having a Bloody Mary? Or, what's the other thing I wanted? What's that Mexican? It's like a drink with seafood in it, and it's kind of tomatoey. Ceviche. God, I hope they have a ceviche. Because the last time I got a ceviche there, it was amazing. Okay, no comparison. Disney World is way bigger. Well, I get that. I understand it's bigger because, the World Showcase is bigger. But is it better? Epcot's is better, though I haven't been. That's what Reynolds says. But DCA's. But I'm just going out a Okay, right. Because I guess what I'm saying is, what are we missing out on? We're getting the kiosks, and that's about it. Just the boost. There's not a whole lot of anything else going on. There is a Bloody Mary and a Michelada. That's what I gotta try. I gotta try another one of those too. No ceviche, just poke. Okay, darn it. DL Food and Wine greater than Epcot. Well, there's a vote. But have you been to both, Palace? David, are you going to be here for Food and Wine? What? Refresh my memory, David. When are you going to be here? Ballast Point. I guess we'll try that out when it happens. Epcot is better, more variety, more options. Okay. Epcot has more food options, but that's about it. So it's not about like more events. Like we don't have a lot of events. They kind of shoehorn in the jackfruit thing and the beets thing and then all that paid stuff. My goodness. I wanted to try to do one of those paid events last weekend of the month. Okay, so yeah, you'll make it. All right, so I wanted to try one of those paid events, but man, they're like $150 just to get in. Am I supposed to go by myself? I can't pay for it, but to go into one of these things, man. That's not right. That's so much money. Katie Ring has gifted us with $4.99. Thank you very much, Katie. She says, "Don't stop making. Why would I stop making videos, Katie? It's how I get my Disney fix between trips in these cold Iowa winters." I understand, Katie. I do. I haven't stopped making them in 5 years, so I don't expect that I would stop anytime soon. All right. That's the thing. Epcot is spread out enough to make it more enjoyable. I feel like the setting at Epcot is probably better and more suitable for this kind of thing than DCA is. All right, where were we? David is thinking. Watch out. Yes, do another Thomas. You know what? That's the thing. I was actually going to try to do a live stream this week. I don't know if my service is any better. I don't know if my service is any better with the live stream, but we're going to try that again this week, I think, to do another one while we're at Food and Wine. I don't know if it's going to work out, but we'll try. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll cancel it. Whatevs. Okay. Epcot had free smoothies? What? All right. Where are we? Hello from Holland. Okay, here's a good question from Justin Blystone. That's what he said, anyway. I live here in Florida, and I want to know why the Haunted Mansion was changed on the outside in Disney World. Changed how? I don't know what you mean. David, can you handle that one? I had free. David says he had free applesauce in a pouch, but no smoothies. Oh God, that sounds terrible. That sounds not good. Right, but what's different? Okay, so I get what she means about the exterior of the Haunted Mansion, but what's different about it? Did they change it recently, or they don't do a holiday overlay, right? He's talking about Disney World, right? Yeah. Yeah, Disney World. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, the interactive. Well, yeah, that's new. Okay, Oakview Films has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much. Debating about making vids about Disney parks. Any suggestions on what you'd like to see me tackle? I don't know. Do whatever you like, Oakview. The first rule of creating art of any kind is to do what you like, not to do what people want, because otherwise your heart's not in it. You want to make sure that whatever it is you're doing is something that you enjoy, and then you put your own self into it. Which is why, again, why I wouldn't do, like an interview, because it's just not something that I feel like doing. I don't want to force it. Kevin Easley has gifted us with $25. Thank you very much, Kevin. No question though, Kevin. What can I do for you? uh, Yeah, Evan says, do what you like and like-minded people will find you. That's true. The thing is, you can't make everybody happy, but you don't have, that's the good news, is you don't have to. You just have to make enough people happy to make you happy. That's it. Even if it's, you just got to find a niche. That's all. Keep it narrow. Okay, where was I? My boyfriend wants us to do Disney vlogs from my 5-year-old's point of view. Well, yeah, go for it. Just remember this, it's hard. You guys, making videos is hard. Especially making videos every day or close to it is really, really hard. You get burnout, or you risk burnout. That's why you got to make sure you love it. It's really, really hard. I've watched lots of people try and lots of people stop trying. It's, David, what do you think? You're new to the game. You've managed to get past the first hurdle or whatever, because a lot of people would have quit by now. David, you give us your thoughts. Is it what you thought it would be? Porkins has gifted us with $2. Will you be doing any Patreon lens stuff? What's that? What is Patreon lens stuff? Michael Cascone has gifted us with $4.99. Thank you very much, Michael. He says, I know it's not much, but I enjoy the heck out of you guys. Dude, it is plenty. Thank you very much. You're very generous, Michael. Kristen Peterson has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much, Kristen. Will you ever plan a fresh baked meetup in the park? We do that from time to time, but I feel like it's, asking a lot to have people show up at Disneyland, Okay. Oakview Film says he's a film major after all. One idea I had was making a mock training video for cast members, a party of 50s videos. Also want to do the history on Magic Mountain's Colossus, my first coaster. These are great ideas. Just I guess what I'm saying is, if you're trying to do something that's got legs, then you need more than just a single idea. You gotta be prepared to just keep putting stuff out there. That's the hard part. A lot of people have ideas for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 different videos, but I've made 3,000 videos. So you gotta keep finding inspiration. Let's see. Elements integrated. David, how much time do you spend on editing on average per upload? Hard to say, but it's a full-time job. I'll say that at least. 40 hours a week minimum. And but that's all in. That's, editing and all the other stuff that goes with it. I keep wanting, okay, Porkins, extra content for members only. I keep wanting to do that, but then I forget. I don't have a better way to put it than that. I get moments of inspiration where I want to do stuff, and then I do it, and then I gotta figure out more ideas for that. It's just hard to come up with stuff sometimes. Evan says it's hard to make it fresh every time, but you guys manage to do that every week. And yeah, that's why we keep doing the trip report videos, is because it is an opportunity for us to kind of keep cycling through the stuff. And it's not about the rides. It's just about being there and finding ways to enjoy the park while you're there. Well, there you go. David says he loves the work, and editing has been a pleasant surprise. I would agree with you. It takes a certain animal, David, to enjoy the editing process, because that's the part that some people have a hard time with, because it's work. It's work in that sense. So if you can find a way to enjoying the editing, then you've gone half the battle. The next part is, like I said, to keep working at finding new ideas, new inspiration. Let's see. You're right. There is only so much time. I found a way to maximize as much of it as possible. Scott Egbert has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much, Scott. When does Pirates get updated? I don't know, but it's gonna happen. That was the other thing I was gonna. I don't know, David. You weren't around when they shut down Pirates at Walt Disney World, which happened last week on Monday, I think it was, and everybody gathered around Pirates to shout, "We want the redhead!" And while I guess that's quaint and cute or whatever, I kind of feel bad for the cast members who had to deal with that had nothing to do with it, but. It's going to happen here. It's going to happen here this year, I think. Krista Joe has gifted us $5. Thank you very much, Krista. Thank you for the banter in this week's Trip Report. I laughed a lot with the goofy discussion, asking Ian to imitate a bantha. He couldn't do it. I can't believe. No, it wasn't the bantha that I wanted. I wanted him to do a Tuscan Raider. And Liz to her impression of me, which is, yeah, it's usually me being, snarky or whatever. Let's see. Where was I? Yeah, Dan Wayne, editing is hard. I've tried it. It is, well, once you get into, you do the same kind of video over and over again 1,000 times, it becomes, assembly line like, which is good. But it also stifles the creativity sometimes, where I feel like I'm missing out on opportunities to be more creative because I'm just trying to get stuff done. Okay. You just barely, okay, David said he just barely missed it. It was messy. Oh, that was talking about the Walt Disney World stuff. All right, where were we? I just told my wife you're now my friend. That's funny. When Pirates close for the change, okay, that we were just talking about that, Antoinette. We don't know yet for sure, but it's going to happen this year. And by the way, I'm okay with that too. Go ahead. The Wolf of Countenance has gifted us with $5. The Dino Nuggets moment was the best. I kind of set that up a little bit because I know at least Liz is crazy about Dino Nuggets. That's like one of her favorite things. I didn't know though that I was going to get so much heat from Sarah and Christian too. They really let me have it. Well, don't get Dino Nuggets because they're not very good, in my opinion. Star Wars Marvel crossover. No, that's not going to happen. Olivas Home Movies again has asked, what do you foresee for the future of Fresh Baked? Look, I've been doing the same stuff for 5 years, so I don't think it's going to change much. We're going to keep doing the same thing. Trip reports every week, and then mix in some history, mix in some top 10s, mix in some features, and doing news. Probably more news stuff. We're going to keep that going, plus the website. Product, merchandise, that's coming. That's going to happen. That's a thing. My 17-year-old daughter, who only weighs 100 pounds, can down a turkey leg in minutes by herself. I don't believe it. Pixar didn't happen. There's no way. I started on my turkey leg and I was already done. I was like, I didn't like it. So maybe that's why. Okay. Yeah, Krista Joe says, I'm glad you found the old footage from the Golden Horseshoe that you could drop into the discussion regarding what Disney will do for Star Wars Land guest interaction. Yeah, if you have a moment, I don't know. Oh shoot, something different is happening at that's what I called it. I think it's something different is happening at the Golden Horseshoe. Look for that video. That was an interesting day that we spent there at the Golden Horseshoe, and like I said at the time, I didn't know what was happening. I could tell that it was some kind of test event, but I just didn't know. I didn't put it together. How could I? That was going to lead up to Legends of Frontierland, which is going to be leading up to Star Wars Land. And I'm confident. I am positive that Legends of Frontierland was put in place just so they could figure out or test how willing guests would be to interact with cast members and be part of an experience that you're sort of living in. And the great thing about that is that they did it and it worked and people had a good time doing it. and two, that it's going to be better and more immersive and land complete, not just a little. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, it's going to be so much more comprehensive than they did for Legends of Frontierland. Uh, I think we're all going to be pretty impressed with that. Let's see. Oh, Scott Egbert has just gifted us with another $5 just for saying $5 more. Thank you, Scott. Bo, is it Bo or Bow? Bo Nick. Well, there's a C in there. There's a C in there, Gabby. Can you? What happened to the C? What happened to the C, Gabby? uh, all right, we got 4 minutes left, guys. Don't forget to like the video. I noticed last time I said that not everybody did, which breaks my little heart. So we're just we got leaving this to questions and answers here at the end. Would you do a video on country bears? I know that ride's gone, but I love me some Big Al, or on the Disneyland attractions that have left. That's some things that I want to do more of. One problem is I've got to find video of these things, and they don't exist in a lot of ways. It was very difficult to find video for the sky buckets, and I mean I could probably find video for stuff like the People Mover. That's not too hard, but there's probably not a lot of video out there with the country bears. Woeful Countenance has gifted us with $5. Thank you very much. David, Walt Disney's The Scarecrow of Romney Marsh went in the mail today, and is wait, what is that? Refresh my memory, because we were talking about that a couple weeks ago, if I recall. The reference to that was one of your favorite characters, I think. Way to go, Damien. Damien hasn't liked this video yet, you guys. Oh, goodness. Muppet Babies, that's happening. Caitlin Pettit has gifted us with $2. Thank you very much, Caitlin. Fresh Baked, a cruise full-time job? If no, what is? Well, it is a full-time job, Caitlin, for myself, but it's not the full-time job. I have two. And then Sarah does, she has other like interests. She has like her Lady Romy stuff. Liz has a full-time job. Ian has a full-time job. So we have jobs. This is just something else that we do. David Reynolds just showed Country Bears in Walt Disney World on my channel. David, is it the same as it was in Disneyland? Could I fake it? Could I show your video and pretend like it's the video that existed back in the day at Disneyland? I don't know. Let's see. Because I know they cut down on a lot of the jokes. At least I've heard some of the more less than flattering jokes. So Damien says, someone on Twitter asked if Splash Mountain will be getting new flumes like Walt Disney World has. It shows side by side on the Disneyland app. Wow, really? Like the image of the flume on. I'll have to look into that. I haven't heard anything like that. You would think that we would have by now, that that's coming. This has been an extensive refurb. Normally they're done by now, so it wouldn't surprise me if something unexpected came up like that. Okay. He's not sure. Massive edits. Well, yeah, I guess we could do that. Maybe there's some images that I could find out there to make it happen. Michael Cascone wants to know, David, do you think they'll ever have a third gate? Yeah. I mean, along the timeline. I don't know when that is, but eventually. Let's see. When will Dumbo reopen? I'm not sure. April, I think. I can't remember. Well, we're wrapping up, guys. There's 2 people left. Are you guys still here? Oh my god. So my battery died on the phone just as I was trying to wrap up, so I guess this is the wrap up. Thanks for joining us. I had to do this because if I don't, then it won't close the video out. It won't even. I don't even know if it'll post. I got to put a quarter in the slot. Anyway, for the 9 of you who are still here, thanks for watching and hanging out. And I guess you guys are jibber jabbering while I was gone, huh? Look, everybody's coming back. No, don't come back. Don't come back. I'm just saying goodnight. We'll see you next time, guys. Fresh baked and stuff. Bye.